I only want you leaving the hook on a voicemail.
Oh.
And when they call you back, you don't have to say how you're connected.
All right, so what if we're getting them on the phone and they're
Eject.
Hey, what's going on?
Eject to avoid a deadly crash. And that sounds like this. Hey, I wanted to reach out to you personally because I don't think we've helped your team yet. Can I shoot you over a link to what we're doing at Acme so you can take a look when you have some time? Right? Now they're going to say, that's great because I can't take this call, which is why, you dumbass, why'd you answer the phone if you can't take the call? We both know you're lying, right? Like you thought, bleh, right? So perfect. What's the best email for you? Now you're sending them just a short, I don't even care what's in that email. It's not a sales pitch. Short, because now you started the relationship. Okay. Now, if they say, what is it that you do? Now they've invited the conversation. Okay. And when anytime somebody asks you, what is it that you do? Don't say employee benefits, say something along the lines of, would it help if I gave you an idea of the kinds of things we do? Would it help if I gave you an idea of the kinds of things we do? Sure, right? We help smaller organizations basically leverage all of the relationships out there with potential carriers, thus lowering, typically they lower their cost for benefits and insurance and everything by about 50%. What we do is we're able to totally level the playing field and give them access to programs and plans that they're not even able to see on the normal market. By the way, how are you guys dealing with that? Being a smaller employee and the fact that you've got to compete with the Amazon, Starbucks, and Microsofts of the world, right? Boom. Now I'm in a good spot. And if you say, I'm all good, I'm all set, I can still, where are you? I'm still in the freaking sustainable pipeline because now I can call you up with an idea, right? Because even though you said you're all set, you hadn't heard that idea. I'm just not going to throw too much at you at once.
So just to be clear, you're saying we get somebody on the phone, that's the decision maker. We're not trying to go right into the script. We're going to go to the eject.
It's up to you.
He gives us the opening to say, hey, well, what do you do? And then we can kind of get into it from there.
It's up to you. It's up to you, okay? I'm not saying there is a wrong way and a right way to do this. What I am saying is I'm the nerd that lays in bed at night thinking about this stuff, and I just don't think, I'm betting, I'm going blue chip stocks here, okay? And I just don't think that this penny stock, the likelihood that this penny stock is going to turn into the next Google is very small. So I'm not pushing all my chips into this penny stock that I just happen to get a decision maker on the phone. They're going to listen to me. We're going to have a skillful conversation and we're going to set a next step. That is the same likelihood of this company you've never heard of becoming the next Amazon, right? What I want to do is blue chip this sucker and just get off that call and be like, hey, can I shoot you over? Now they're like, this guy, even subconsciously, like if Billy calls me, okay, and is like, hey, I just wanted to shoot you over a link to what we're doing. All of that cortisol and anxiety, this is like fighting, guys. All of that anxiety now, I'm basically taking gasoline, starting a fire, throwing a bucket of water on it, putting out the fire, and Billy's like, oh my gosh, you're the greatest firefighter ever. Thank you for putting out the fire that I started. Right? But if I keep pushing the conversation, all I am is an arsonist, right? And he's like, I got to get off the phone. I'm stepping into a meeting. And the higher level you go, the more likely you're going to be, take me off your list. I'm all set. And Billy's never, ever, ever going to talk to me again, right? I'd rather have a single 6-second conversation with Billy because now I've earned the right to call Billy back and go, you know, we had talked briefly yesterday. I was thinking about you guys. There's something going on with New Jersey employers that I wanted to give you a heads up on. Now we have a relationship, right? And it's a totally different conversation the second time. I'm not saying you won't get smacked, but it's a lot less likely to get smacked if you've already talked. Does that make sense? These are awesome questions, Anthony, for all of us. Like we just, and it's up to you. And guys, I encourage you guys to split test this. I'm just saying that I don't want to burn through. This is why, and I'm the only sales coach in the world that talks about it, sustainability, right? I want a sustainable pipeline. I don't want to piss off Billy Fernandez. Like goal number 1, don't piss off Billy. Because and goal number 2, remind yourself of goal number 1. Because if I'm always adding a little bit of value, I'm never salesy, I'm getting his attention, I'm delivering insights, I can try and close Billy in perpetuity. It's now a sustainable deal. But if I try and one call close Billy, like, hey man, here's something we're seeing. If I could have 5 minutes of your time, I'd like to walk you through this. The more I go down that road of other sales coaching, the more Billy's gonna go, I'm all set, don't need it, I don't handle that, take me off your list. When you know, because I talked to you on a private, Anthony, and I don't want to get into your business, but I'm just going to tell you, you have freaking lightning in a bottle with what you're doing. You do have the ability to give these smaller employers a whole host of options they didn't even know existed. Your problem is not the competition. Your problem is not what they're doing right now, status quo. Your problem is you have such a good solution and there's no risk for them to take a look at it that they're going to push you away. The same way we push away good, healthy food, the same way we push away our friends that are like, hey, you know, you probably shouldn't drive when you drink that much. Like a lot of good things we inherently push away. And if we come off sounding salesy, we're going to sound like every other person that says them. So that's where I would rather get off of that first, eject from that very first conversation. And now I've got Billy in my web, not a diabolical web, but he's in my web. And I can foster that relationship, if that makes sense.